Okay, so good morning once again. Hope I'm audible enough for everyone. Everyone can hear me. Just some reactions, please. Okay, all good, all good. So we're going to start. So I'm sharing screen now. Can you all see my screen? Okay, good. So welcome to today's class. Today is more about the introduction, get ahead on what we are going to do, what is Python, the essence of the class, and then have some basic coding. But before we proceed, please, did we all install the two necessary tools? That is, did you install Python on your machine and also installed our required IDE, that is Visual Studio Code? How many of us did that? Can you hear me? How many of us? Okay, only Esther did. Please let me know so that I know if you are in the same page. Or Precious is using phone. Esther did. I think we are 12. Edidion did. 3 people out of 12. Others, what's the challenge? I asked in the group if you are facing any issues, you should let me know before we start the class. Okay, so I also shared this link. I don't know, maybe fix yourself out, or after the class you let me know the issue, what the issue is. But if you were unable to download Python and you're also unable to download a Visual Studio Code, if you don't have, you can use this online platform programming, that is Python online compiler. I also shared this the link to this on the group, so you can use this for the meantime. Are we good to go? Okay, so the thing is, you don't necessarily need to open your mic. You can always react so that I know if you are all together. So without wasting time, we will proceed. And the essence of today's class is the introductory part of it. So we get to know what is Python, why Python, you get to know the data types and all the basic stuff, right? Okay. So Python is one of the popular programming language, as we know. It was created by Gudul Van Rossum, just to know. I think that was 1991. Okay, so we may want to ask, why Python? Why do we want to code on Python? What's the need we are learning Python? To know Python can be used on the server side, that is to create web applications. Can use it to create your sites, can use it to create your chatbot and all of that. Python can also be used along some softwares to create workflows. I will explain more when we get there. So you can connect it to database system, that is, it can also read and modify files. Okay. Now, the essence of it is its simplicity. It works on almost all the platform. It is that flexible, And it's if you know English, the other day I asked if we can read and understand English, and people said, so if you know English, then we are good to go. Python has a very simple syntax similar to that of English language, and it's also allowed you to write few lines of code. Just print this, print hello world, print this, and you have your what's your output. Okay, we are together on that part. So before then, please, if you don't have that, to be using programmers, but me, for the sake of those that got what Visual Studio Code, you can do this with me now. I did not want to start anything. I wanted to start with everybody at the same time. So you can do this, minimize your screen, go to your desktop. Let me do this, minimize this as well. Anyway you want to this, and go to your desktop, and then create a file, new folder, then you name the folder, call it Python. Please, you can do this with me, Python intro. From there you can right click, why is it taking me time to load? And open with what? Open with code. Please, for those of us that did download the VS Code and you did download Python, you do that, it will open, it's working now. So while waiting for it to pop up, if you are using the online platform, you can come to programmers. You don't need to do anything, just use the link I dropped on the group. Just come to programmers. When you get there, you wait for us. So I think my VS Code is back, still waiting for us. So those using VS Code, some reactions, let me know if we are on the same page. Are we together? Did you do what I did? Any issues? Or can we proceed? Just some reactions, please. No reactions. Can you even hear me at all? Only Esther. Esther, only you. Okay, so I think I've made either way simple for us. If you are using programming, just come here and wait for us. If you are using VS Code like I will do, this is the interface you get once you are there. Alright, so this is our folder. You come here is if you want to create another folder, or if you want to create a file, right? So this is the main folder. Under it, I can create a file, or if you want to make it more organized, you can still create a folder, then push everything under it, whichever way. Okay, let me go that way. Still create a folder, maybe, and call it Python. Then you wait for it to load. Okay, while that is loading, I don't know how it's taking time. At least I check my internet is good. Let me use programmers to be fast. What I'm doing here, you can still do it with VS Code. So like I said, that with Python, just with few lines of code, you have your output. Alright? I would love to first of all start with variable. So what is variable? Variable are containers for storing data. and it is that simple. For example, we all have our containers at home. Let's say we all have GP tanks at home. What does it do? It stores water. So variable in this context is a container that stores what? That stores data values. I don't know why that one is not responding. Let me get here. So that is it. And Python has command for declaring a variable. Okay, can have, my Chrome is not responding, so that's why I'm talking. I'll have a plain sheet or maybe a whiteboard to sketch that, so don't fear, no panic, let it just come up while I do the talking for now. So like I say, Python has a command for declaring a variable. And what is a variable? A variable is created the moment you first assign a value to it. What is going on? It's taking too much to load. Okay, so we are there. Python Online compiler. So what we talked about table. This is how you declare a table. You could say x equals to what? Maybe 5. And y equals to, this one is a string. I will still differentiate between them. So the first one is an integer and the second one is strings. We'll get the, let's say I saw Caleb. Alright. So with just one line of code, we will have our output. Watch. Say print into parentheses x. Someone mic is on. You want to ask question or what? Someone just unmute. Okay, I think that was a mistake. So we are running an output. If you are using VS Code, mine is taking much time. Let me just show you example. So maybe I need to read, how to navigate through. I said x equals to 5, and maybe y. Next time I'll be using people's name from here. So let me use x and y for now. Y equals to, I think we add a string, and then we have Caleb. Then with a line of code, print what first? Let's say y. Then you run. So while waiting for it, the output will give us Caleb, and if you go for y, let me do it at the same time. Print y. Okay, before I run, most of us be asking what is print, what's the parentheses and all of that. So print now is a Python function that prints what? That takes up and prints the output to what? To our console. So print, I'll come again, is a function. We have more functions. We'll get to see all of them as we proceed. But print help us print our output, okay, on the console. That is just basically what print does. Please permit me, I think I'll be using programming, and I don't know, my VS Code is a bit dull. So here we print 5 and x rather, and we have our result, that is our output as 5. Did we all try that? Are we together? Okay, so think we're together. Now, these are two types of data types. All right. This is um this is an integer. This is a strings. We have something like this. We could have how is it done? My internet's good. Let me use Notepad, please permit me for the explanation. Let's all let me focus up. Okay. So what I said there is we first of all have x equals to 5. This is an integer data type. And the second was y equals to what? Curly brackets. This is a string. You see, it's not as 5. So this is an integer. This is a string. Okay. So we could still have maybe a equals to maybe 3.0. This is a float. Okay. Then we have boolean, which could be either true, or false, depending on the condition. If the condition is true, it gives you true. False, it gives you false. You get to use it and know how it is. Then we have others we call collections, like our list. Okay. Example, list use square brackets. So if you see something like this, you know it's a list. 1, 2, 3, and all of that. So we also have another one, tuple. And I'll still state the difference between list and tuple. So tuple use square parentheses. Still 1, 2, 3, and all of that. So now the difference between this list, I will give a pause maybe in the next 5 minutes for questions. So if you don't get it, because I can repeat all what I've said. So the difference between list and tuple is that list is mutable, okay, while tuple is not mutable. What that means is that you can maybe make a tweak, make a change, or add and all of that to list. But tuples, once you define it, it is what it is. You cannot change it. Okay, so we have others like sets. I will not go deep, so we won't confuse ourselves. You see, we have sets, we have dictionaries, and all of that. You see as we progress. Okay, so are we together? Did those using programming and Visual Studio Code, do you have the same output? You can unmute now and ask question, or maybe you'll just go there and let me know. Are we all together? Are we good to go? Sorry, Esther, you said you downloaded the VS Code. Are you together? Are you with me? You put cry emoji. You want to say something? Precious, please mute your mic. So we are together, right? Okay, so I believe you. Trust me. I believe you. Precious and is Precious, you are free. If you are using your phone, you can use Programmist. That is why I told you guys that if you are not with system, for those who were trying to get their system along the line, you can use this online platform. There are other online platforms that you can use, but me, I love using Programmist. Maybe you are with phone, you can also use this. At least today is basic and all of that. So, but at subsequent classes, phone will not sustain when we get deep and all of that. So with phone, I think I dropped the link, or let me still drop this link now. Programmist. You are not audible, please. Can someone here, maybe someone else? I don't know if it's only me. What is she saying, please? Yeah, maybe it's now. You can go ahead. Is it on the first one? I'm sharing the Programmist now. Maybe because your line is breaking whatever you're using. So if you see what is in the screen, this is x equals to 5. I don't know if your question is pertaining to this or some other thing, or maybe anyone in the call who gets our work, and please let me know what she's saying. Anyone or be okay. Precious, please, you can type on the chat. You can type on the chat while we proceed. All right. Okay, please, let's proceed. So this is it. Let's go further. Now, we have a fair knowledge on the types, in the data types. Now, what if we want to change this integer now? All right, it is an integer, but maybe we want to change it to string, or we change float to integer and all of that. Could it be possible? Let's see if it will be possible. Okay, that comes to what we call casting. So you want to cast each of these types. Let's go. So x, okay, equals to, let's change this 5 now, this integer 5 to string, right? Let's see if it's possible. You can change the type. Okay, to string, right? And please pay attention, because I'm coming with a question now. Okay, and let's add a z. Let's have a z. Maybe our z is close to what? Let's say 4. That should be here. Z equals to 4, right? So over here, we want to make it what? A float. So float what? 4. Okay. So let's check it out if that is possible. If we could change integer to string, an integer to float, and all of that. Why did I not change string? Think and wait for me. When I come and give me the answer, we'll still check it out. So let's say print what? Print x. Okay, yeah, and print Z or Z, any how you call it. Let me comment out this one. I need to still leave it, no problem. Check it out in the output. Please, you can do this with me. It's not about listening, okay? It might look simple, very simple, when you want to do it with your hand, and there the magic will come. So here our compiler has shown us that this is actually possible, that we can change a float, like change an integer to float. From my example, this is what I meant. I think I did something like that. That float is a number, dot, and all of that. This is string, this is integer, we have boolean and other data types you'll see as we proceed. So with this, we have seen that it is very possible for us to change an integer to float. And then what someone could ask, this is string 5. How I wish I can do this on my VS Code for us to see, to know if this is actually a string. How many of us believe this is a string? Let me see in the chat. Should not be guesswork. If you believe, maybe you have a pre-knowledge of Python, and maybe you read from the resources I shared on the group. Some reactions. Please, this is going to be an interactive class. You ask question and you get to, don't just listen. We have 13 people on the call. Can someone help us out? I can see Precious, I can see Edidion, I can see another Precious, Justin. I can see a lot of people. Or better still, you don't understand, still let me know. Because if you keep quiet, it means you understand and you don't want to talk. Okay, someone is saying, what is the question, please? Okay, so in we use programmers. I said this is line 8, right? Okay, to change this is an integer 5. So we typecast this 5, okay, to string. And from our illustration of what a string is, you could see it comes either with single quotes or double quotes. So this case we are using double quotes. You have to be consistent. If you are using double, it should be double throughout. If you are using single, it should be single throughout. But then again on line 8, we typecast this integer 5 to a string, and we didn't have any error. You could see the code execution successful. That means a compiler did not frown at us, did not find any error. But then again, we are not seeing any string. Does this look like string? This is what it should be. Okay, for example, wait, let me print y so that you see what I mean. Sorry. Print y. Okay, and I run it again. You see curly. And this is an integer. I'm calling it a string. It still gives us 5. Why? Oh, I wish I could run this type. We actually get the topical type so that in the output we see what it is, to tell integer and all of that. So who can come up with something? Esther, I was trying to break down the questions for you. You asked what the question is. Can you try something? You still do not understand the question. Okay, let's see if we can help out. Okay, but then again, let's come to programmers and do something. Let's come and do something. Instead of printing just X, okay, and printing just Y, let's add another. Let's do like this first. What type? okay, before the parenthesis and call it, that is type of x, okay. We want to see what type it is truly, what type it is. Then we come here and we do the same thing. Instead of just type, we say type type of x and type of y. Okay, we still have one left. Type of what? X, y. Do we have y? Y was what? Print y. Y was scalable. Okay, we already had that. But yeah, let's still do type of y. So let's run and see what programmers will give us. Have you seen? This 5 was our issue, right? We're trying to prove how it is a string, okay? So with this, also is another function in Python, type. It actually helps you to know the particular type you're working with. So type of what? Type of x shows you that it is of class string, and type of z, which is what? 4, right? That's what it is, floats. And y, which is Kelly, shows us that it is string. Are we together now? Esther, do you now understand, or maybe you're still lost? Esther, I can see your hand is up. You want to ask question? Okay, so it's only Esther we have here. How about others? Maybe you did not code along, but do you understand, or should I go ahead and repeat myself? Madam Precious, are we together, ma? It's not only a style. I can't. Okay, Precious said I should repeat once. Who else? I can see Enobasi. I can see. We have a lot of Precious here. I can see Treasure, and I think that's all. Precious, Treasure. Emedion says she does not understand. Okay, so let me go again once more. Where's our notes pad? Let me take some out. Leave it so. Okay, from this, I make an illustration here. Let me do like this. We are talking about data types. Alright. In Python. Alright. So first we have integer. And we all did basic math in school, right? We know what integer is. So this one, x equals to 5. So 5 is an example of what's integer data type in Python. And the second one we have Kelly. And you see the syntax is not the same as this. It's inside what you call quotes, or we call the strings, right? So this is a string data type. Please pay attention. And here it's not just 3, but we have 3.0, which makes it a float. Okay? and we have boolean and list and tuple and set and dictionary and all of this. We look at this as we proceed, but our major concern now is these three: this float, this string, and this file. Okay, so we went ahead to put this into practice. Okay, let's just see example. So let's go to what program is. You see the same 5, x equals to 5, y equals to Caleb, and we printed it out. We also the output that time that x printed out 5 and y printed out Caleb. But I did not want you to take my word for it, because I said it is an integer and I said it is a string, you should believe. So we went ahead to prove. Okay, then comes why we apply type. What type is it? Is it type of string? Is it type float? Is it type integer? Okay, and all of that. Okay, it's because I typecasted x to string, that is why. But if I let me come here and do type of x here, so that you see what you see. It is an integer. Print what type. Okay, type of what x, right? Let's run. Have you seen? Integer first, x, string, float, and what? String. Now, for us, we might want to believe that it is only words like Caleb, like idiom, like what is it? Should be used as a string. Sorry, I wanted to show you that you can also typecast this, okay, to a string. We won't be having more use of this anyways, but since we are dealing on types, I still needed to make a proof. Okay, because I knew maybe later on someone will ask, why is 5 an 5 is an integer, how is it a string? So that is why you needed to do this. Are we together now? Precious says she did not understand. How about now? Okay, some other person mentioned that she did not understand. Okay, so that is it. I believe we are good to go. So the next thing is let's look at comments. Okay, let's look at comments. So let us still go to our notepad for explanation. But then again, let me show you something. Did you see this? It did not, like I did something here. I put an hash before the words before cast. Did you see this? So this is what you are talking about, ways of commenting in Python. Let's go to our notepad. So a brief description about what comment is. So comments basically can be used to explain Python code. So it is just for the developer or who writes the code. Maybe we would love to come back to this particular code we have here. Maybe in 5-6 years time, you might tend to forget what the functionality was. Okay, but with the help of strings, comments, I can come and say here, and now said this with this hash. Now I could say this will print what? Prints to the output. Okay, this will print string, that's a string. This will print integer 5 and string of Kali. Okay, With this, I know that it is a function, what I'm doing here, that the essence is I want to print 5 to the output and I want to print scale it. You see, if I run this code now again, you see that these parts here will not have any results on the output. Let's see. When it comes out, you see that it will not have any pattern. Have you seen? There is no line 3 because we're supposed to have this before print x and print y, but it's not there. Okay, that is the first use of what's comments. It explains Python code. Now, and the second thing is that it can help make the code readable. Okay, this is where I added casting. So me coming in the next 5 years, I will say, oh, I casted all of this. Another importance of comments is that it helps prevent code execution. So if I don't want this, if I don't want to print this x to print this y, okay, that is printing 5 and printing Khalid, I'll just come and comment it out. Okay, have you seen? Comment it out. So if I run the code, have you seen? We don't have what? We don't have 5 and we don't have what? Kelly. Are we together there on the use of comments, the importance of comments and all of that? Or should I go again once more? You can unmute and talk, please. You can unmute and talk, or some reactions if you are good with it. Oh, sorry. Run on VS Code as well. It's still the same thing. So could just come and copy everything and take it to VS Code. Okay, it's okay, yeah, thank God it's what we have. Come down and then paste it. X is 5, Kelly, we already have this. Okay. Alright, so this is it. Let's run to see. I wanted to use VS Code, but it was delaying. It was too hard to use programs. Done running and all of that. That's good. Oh, I did not save it. Sorry. Control S. And please, the person using VS Code, if you do not have it on your setting that once you type, it should automatically save. So each time you edit your code, make a review to it, always save it. You can just hit Control Save. So that is why we do not have error but no output. I forgot to save it. Have you seen Esther? This is what you have in your. This is how it looks like on VS Code. Now we have Kelly, we have 5. This is from our print statement. Print X, print Y, and all of that. So Y should print Scikit, X should print 5. We commented this one out from our explanation. So casting it, we typecasted integer, float, strings, and all of that. So this is how the results will look like on VS Code. Are you together, Esther? Sorry. Do you have any difficulties? You can go ahead. Were you able to create a folder for it? Esther, are you there? Okay, Okay, so did you type that? Are we together? Okay, so I want to pause the next 5. Is it up to 5 minutes? 2 minutes for questions. Is there anywhere at any point you lost me? Or is there particular parts you don't really get? Where should I explain again? Or better still, are we together? Can I move on? How about those using phone? For those using phone, that is why I'm using Programmers. I would have used VS Code, but I need to use Programmers. You can do that with Programmers. I dropped the link on the group, please. Emedion. Yeah, that's why I'm using Programmers. You can actually do that with Programmers. Any question? Can we proceed? You can unmute and talk, please. Everywhere is just quiet. We are not planning a call. Unmute and talk. Or better still, someone should unmute and explain casting to us. Because since everyone is silent, it means you all understand. Someone should unmute and talk. Explain casting. No, you cannot. It can't be that there is no question and at the same time no one is saying this is what I understand. Just anything. What do you understand about all we've said? Someone should raise Island. Esther, I can barely hear you. Wow. Who else is not hearing me apart from Esther? Can someone talk? At least explain casting or whatever you understand based on what we've said so far. Since there's no question, that means you all understand. So at least let us know what you understand about what we've said so far. Don't be shy. Very soon now, people will be sharing screen to write some line of code for us. Of course you can. It's just print this and that. This is very basic. Okay, I need to start from the roots. So what are variables? Of course, just personalize it. Container like it's not a rocket science container. It is just like the container you have at home, the container you use to store water. But this one, variables, is a container that stores what type. Okay. Yes, you have containers that store clothes, you have containers that store books, you have containers that store different types of things. But in our own context, variable is a container that stores what. So go ahead. Of course. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That is it. Okay, please, I don't know what's wrong with my settings today. Just pardon me. I received a notification that the call will end in in was it 10 minutes time. So I've dropped a new link on the group and I am already there. So just go to the group, hit on the link, and then join with us, because I've already set the permission to everyone to join without permission. So you can, once you are there, you can just join directly. We have a smooth class next time, promise. Maybe I'll create another platform like Discord or that, so you can have everything there. But just bear with me today. I'm already there. Please, everyone, leave the last call. Join on the new link that I've dropped. Thank you. Please meet us there. Some people have joined already. And I will share my screen immediately. Okay, it's like people are afraid, so I would love to take a new approach. So this is what I'll do in the class. If I use a particular approach, only 6 people are here. Where are the rest? If I use a particular approach and I see that it's not working, I have to switch. Okay. Let's just wait 2 more minutes for others to join. We have 7. We were 12 over there. We are others. Please, if you're still here on the old call, you are wrong. Move over to the new link that I sent. Just click on it. I've already set the permission for everyone. 5 people are still here. Please leave. Precious, meet us over there. Pasifreke, meet us over there. Please, please, please. Okay, so I said that I will take a new approach, alright? So I've seen that many people are afraid or whatever. Now let me apply it to real life. I talk about Python. Now visualize Python. Let's take a mind back to secondary school days or maybe university school days. So Python is just like a subject, like English language, like your mathematics, like your whatever, is it business studies or whatever. So now in each of those topics, it has its own context. It has what it deals with. We have chemistry that deals with chemicals, that deals with our atoms and all of that. We have maths. In math you have to calculate. Okay, you have to find x, you have to find y. But here in Python, okay, the developers of Python have made it very simple that it combines English language in a form of mathematical way, right? What that means is that you will not just say, look at this, now let's go back to programming and simplify it. You see that you could not, in English language, you could say, what is your name, right? And the person will respond, that is an output. So what is your name? In this side is this print type or where is it? That one I commented out. Let me open it. So what is your name in this part is print x. And the person will answer, my name is Udwak. So now print x is what? The output, instead of saying my name is Udwak, the output will give you I am 5. That is print y. It is a command. Okay, print x. What is the values of x? Remember, it will not give you x. Remember, we said that what x is a variable. And what did I say variable is? Variable is like a container, right? So it will not print x. Rather, it will print what it contains. Let's say you have your pocket where you store water. When you go to the bucket, maybe just like your GP tank, you don't go to collect GP, the tank, you go to collect water, which is the content of the GP tank. So 5 is the content of what? X. And x what is a container, which in our context we call it variable. It is that simple. And I linked it to real life, that variable is just like your container. So this particular variable stores integer, and this one stores strings. Just like you have container for storing water, you have your box for storing clothes. But in this one, it does not store water, it stores X. This one does not store clothes, it stores a strings, which is what's Kelly. I think I've tried my best in that part to simplify it. Okay, so now we come to line 3. Instead of saying what is your name for the person to respond, we now say print 5. Now this line is like you telling your daughter or your child, go and fetch me water. But this one, you are telling your child, go and fetch me 5. Now if you tell your child, go and fetch water, from where? From the tap, right? So in our own case, the tap is X. So you're telling your daughter, go and fetch me water. So it will come to X, which stores 5, and fetch you the 5, which is what we have in the output, 5. I think that illustration is very simple. I've tried to link it to real life now. Let's leave technical grammar. People like say the grammar won't blow our head, right? So now that is it for that one. And we are coming here to say comments. Okay, over here we talked about comments. Maybe back then in school days, you have a jotter, okay, that explains things. You have the real notes, but you have a small jotter that just, so that when you want to see it, could just write it in short. Okay, like people will say ASAP, which is as soon as possible. So you write things in short in your jotter. So that is what comments do. Comments, first of all, say that it helps you do what explains the code. This is telling you that this will print integer 5 and curly, which is string, and that is what we saw on our output, right? Another thing I said comments did is that someone wants to ask question. Okay, that was a mistake. So now we come here and we now like, okay, this was what, an integer, X was an integer. But I don't want to, just like your box, you could say maybe you used to store clothes there, but now you've decided to store books inside that container, right? So now it's still the box, it's still the container, but it contains a different thing. No longer clothes, but this time books. So now I want to typecast it. Let it not give me 5, but string. Let it not be integer, let it be string. And in Z, we say let it not be float. Rather, it was what? An integer. But let it not store integer again, let it be float. You change the original content, right? Okay? And from here, I do not want you to take my word from it because I said it is an integer or because I said it is a float. No, we need it to prove. So this is where the function types come in. What type is this X? So what you're saying is that, what does it contain? Does it contain water? You could say in your child, go to that bag and check what is inside. Oh, go to that pockets and check if it is water or sand is inside. So that is exactly what we're having here. So now I said, let it, check the type. Just go and check what is there, what is here, and our output is giving us an answer. Just like you ask someone question and the person's come back with an answer, you get. It's telling you, oh, it is what, an integer. And the second one, it is a string. And this, it is a float. Okay. So I think I've tried my best now on the 3 Z's we've looked at. Are we okay? Are we still confused? Should I still switch to another method? Some reaction, you can unmute and say something. Okay, please, I want to call on Treasure to unmute and at least tell me something. I've tried my best to break it down now before we go to another subtopic. Your background is very noisy. Okay, since Treasure's background is very noisy, Emedion, help us. Emily, are you with us? You can just admit and let us know. At least you should get something from it. I've tried to make it real now, so it's no longer the fearful Python. You could see how real it is. Very simple. It's just for you to understand the concept, and voila, you are good to go. Emily is not saying anything. I can see, oh Jesus, let me not murder your name. I can see Udo send them. Okay, favor, let me use favor. I think that one is very simple. Favor, please just unmute and let us know. Hey. Okay, how about Edidion? At least I've tried now to make it real, right? Okay. It is the introductory class you're talking about. Sorry, I didn't avert you. It is the introductory class. That is why I'm telling that Python is just like a subject. We are dealing with Python now. It's not bigger than what you've seen. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay, we are talking about Python, and I've told you what Python is. That Python is a programming language, just like other programming language. We have others like JavaScript, C programming, and all of that. But now our focus is on Python. Okay, just forget about others. Our focus now is on Python, and we talked about it. What do we use Python for? Okay, first of all, you can use it in what we are doing. You pass a command and you tell it to do this, and it will do it for you, just like you giving your child, giving your daughter, giving your son an instruction, do this for me, he or she will do it. So over here we are giving Python an instruction: print x, print this, print strings. It's just an instruction, and it's carry out the instruction, finished. Now you may be wondering, why do we need Python? And I've said we use Python to create web applications. Like the apps now in your phone you are using, some of them are created using Python. I will not say all, because some will be created using other programming language. Okay, so some of them are created using Python. We all use phones, right? In our on what should I say? The apps on our phone. Some of them are created using Python. Or is it web application? What is it called? Site, or even your AI tools. Okay, it's done using Python. You see your chatbots and all of that. So it is not a rocket science. It is not that what you imagine. Python is very big, it's very fearful, it's very scary, and all of that. It is this simple, nothing more, nothing less. So once you get this is the foundation. Now you build from it. Okay, and I've tried to apply real life examples to it, to all of them. The container, which of course is variable. I don't want to be using big grammars, but let's understand it from roots today. Are you good with that, Mrs. Edidion? Who else has questions? Precious, I can see your hand is up. You can just go ahead, and anybody that wants to talk should just go ahead and unmute. Yeah, very loud and clear. Yeah, okay, just finish so I answer at once. Okay, so thank you, Precious. At least I'm impressed. You understood everything we said, and then again you still have a concern, which is very okay. Now let me show you something here. After all of this, okay, so let me erase some. Let me do like this, erase this. Now let's do like this. I want to make it very practical so that you see it yourself, right? So let's say x. Okay, let's use, can use precious, can use anything. Let's say prayer equals to 5, right? Follow me please. Now print 5, not 5, but we print the container. Have you seen? It is giving us what this. But now let's add a string. Okay, let's just try something. You are very free to try. Your system will not crash. Okay, it's still 5, right? Have you seen it? But now if you come to this and say type of, so that yeah, we did the integer 5, it gave us. We did strings of 5, it still gave us 5. So now we want to be sure of the particular 5. Okay, so we will say type, okay, of what? What type is this? Is Precious a girl or is Precious a boy? Let's still know. It's telling you that it is of strings. Do you get? But as we proceed, we will not really have. I was just trying to prove something to you. We will not really have 5 of strings. Strings should maybe by default, if I should say, ready for what should I say, letters, names, and all of that. We get to it when we are on dictionaries and the rest. Okay, but I just wanted to prove something. Now you could see that from integer, right? Let's go. It's curly we use, right? Curly, and we run. Just watch. Why is it taking me? Have you seen? That is the difference. It is telling you name error. What name is telling you curly is not defined? Okay, but still watch. I wanted to see. Have you seen? It is telling you that it's string. So if I remove the type, let's see if it will print out curly. You are trying something now. Have you seen? I don't know if this explains something to you. You can. Hey, beautiful. This is one thing I also wanted to try. Can we also try and typecast curly, which is a string, to integer? Will it work? Let's see. I want that field to go. That field of this. The system will not crash. Can do it. No. I need to put integer. That's not what I wanted. So this, my network. So can we change this now, this curly, okay, to integer, right? So let's do something. Let's do something. Let's do something. Now can we say, maybe give another variable and call it x, okay, and do like this. Integer, we are typecasting it now of what? Of pray. Okay? Have you seen? Invalid literal into base 10 curly. So you could not convert this to integer. I now want to see alpha, which is telling you value error. Who asked that question? Was it Precious? I don't know. So are you with me now? Who is lost? Where should we start again? Okay, let's just ignore the coding today. Let's really understand this thing into two. Where should we start again? Where should we? It's only Precious and Esther. Is Esther still on the call? We have Abasifreke, we have Emedium, we have Treasure and others. Please, we are all learning. Even myself, I don't know. So who knows? I could be learning from you. Okay, so silence means you understand, right? Let's just go to another basic subtopic. Basic small things today. Don't fear. Let's still go back to our this thing to use and explain. Okay, so another subtopic is variable names, because you can't just name variable the way you like. It follows some rules, if I should say. So a variable can have a short name like the x, like the y, and could have a long name like Precious. You guys saw when I used Precious. Or more descriptive, or a more descriptive one. If you want to talk about someone's age, you could say age equals to this. Maybe if you want to talk about value, you could say total and all of that. So now let's look at the rule, some of the rules for Python variable. Now rule number 1, please pay attention, because next week now, today is all about talking. Next class, we have to use our hands. Now a variable name must start with a letter or an underscore. When I mean underscore, this is what I mean. This, that's not dash, that is not a dash, it is an underscore, right? So rule 1, it either starts with what? A letter like E, A, X, Precious, whatever, or with an underscore, right? A variable name cannot start with a number. Pay attention. Cannot start with a number. That is 2. Now, variable name can only contain alphanumeric characters, like your A to Z. This is what I mean. Can convert. That is alpha, which is A to your Z, either capital or this format. And it can also contain your zeros to what? To 9. An underscore. Okay. It should not contain special characters or special names stored in the library. You get to see that. Maybe you want to name your variable, you are using integer. It is a reserved word in Python library. Cannot use integer as variable. Cannot use float as your variable name. Cannot use string, str, as a variable name and all of that. So these are Python keywords, and they are case sensitive. When I mean case sensitive, let's go back to programmers. let's go back to programmers. You see here that we are using small letter v. Okay, let me come here and do something. Print. Sorry, let me erase it at once. We say v equals to 5, right? If you say print and you make a mistake, instead of small letter v, you are using capital letter V, it will not print. You run into an error. Let's wait and watch out. Have you seen? So what? Variable names are case sensitive. See, they're telling you name error. V is not defined. Okay? But we could come here and say big V, that's capital letter V, equals to 2. So print V, we run. It's giving us 2. So variable names are case sensitive. I don't know if you understand that with me weekly. So what that means is that, look at this, is that my var is not the same thing as my var. Okay, take notes. If not, these small things will be making you run into errors. Any question on that before we move to something else? Any question on that? That is very important. You have to let me understand that you really get it, because this has high tendencies of making people run to error. You say, it is V now that I printed. Is it not V? But I want to tell you that capital letter V and small letter v, they are 2 different things. Please let me be sure you understand that. It is very important. Are we together? Just don't say like this silence. I'm not preaching, I'm not a pastor. This should be very interactive. Okay, so it seems everyone understands. Thank God you understand. Question time is coming. Okay. With that, let me make it more real. Let's go to programmers. So it's not only about print 5, print 6, and all of that. Now, let us personalize it. Okay? Let's have something like print. I'll be using names of people now. Print what? Shape will say you understand. I'll be asking question. Print welcome. Welcome. Is that welcome in my village? You don't mind me. Welcome to this class. And another thing I should add is that Python does not look at your spelling, but rather consistency. So if you saw me, I made a mistake on welcome,